The Shark Deck.
Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. Meghan Markle is said to be terribly upset by last week's South Park episode. In case you missed it, and even if you didn't, it's still really fun to recap. The episode featured the Prince of Canada and his wife, who is described as a sorority girl, actress, influencer, and victim. The Prince of Canada and his wife appear on Good Morning Canada to promote the Prince's new book, Wah! The host of Good Morning Canada asks the Prince, "Isn't it true, sir, that your questionable wife has her own TV show and hangs out with celebrities and does fashion magazines? Well, I just think that some people might say that your Instagram-loving bitch wife actually doesn't want her privacy." The Prince responds, "How dare you, sir, my Instagram-loving bitch wife has always wanted her privacy." The Canadian royals then board their private jet before eventually moving to South Park, where they believe people would think they're really serious about wanting to be normal. Did South Park joke that Meghan copies Kate Middleton's style? The Mirror reminds us when Meghan started attending royal functions with Harry, some people began suggesting that Meghan was copying some style tips and tricks used by the Princess of Wales. It even got to the stage where royal staff were reportedly said to be baffled by the similarities. The South Park joke relates to the magazine covers seen featuring the Prince of Canada's wife. While most of the magazine covers match ones that the real-life Meghan Markle did, one is reminiscent of Kate Middleton's 2016 Vogue cover. On his Royal Rogue YouTube channel, expert Jesus Enrique Rosas points out, the South Park writers went as far to imply that Meghan copies Catherine. This was masterful. Rosas also tweeted, LMAO, even in South Park, Meghan copies Catherine, the burn. In 2018, a source told The Sun, "It hasn't gone unnoticed by Kate's circle. Everybody's a bit baffled." Meghan was a style icon and knew what to wear, but since joining the royals, she seems to be a bit lost. Instead of finding her feet, she is copying what Kate wears more often than ever. Kate always looks stylish. She has been in the family for years and knows the protocol, so it makes sense that Meghan would look to her for inspiration. Royal expert Neil Sean had suggested Harry and Meghan might call in the lawyers over the South Park episode about the fictional Prince of Canada and his wife. Sean said, according to sources close to the ex-royals, it appears that, like so many things with Meghan and Harry, this may have legal ramifications attached. Their legal team are casting an eye over the episode to see what is wrong and what could be turned into something more sinister. As explained by the New York Post, show creators kicked off the cartoon with a disclaimer insisting that all characters, even if based on real people, were in fact fictional. However, noting the curly red hair of the male character and the tan complexion of his female companion, both referred to as the Prince and Princess of Canada, viewers quickly surmised that drawings of the dumb prince and his stupid wife were meant to poke fun at Harry and Meghan. That said, a spokesperson for Harry and Meghan tells people the suggestion of a lawsuit is nonsense. It's all frankly nonsense, totally baseless, boring reports. Us celebrity publicity expert Matt Yanofsky tells the Mirror it would be a mistake for Meghan to react to South Park. Meghan Markle is divisive and South Park is playing on that image, so it won't impact her. South Park taking aim is a natural progression. Her brand hasn't been damaged. If anything, things like this continue to show her relevancy. If she responds in the wrong way, it could impact her differently. Meghan Kelly said, I feel this is a pronouncement that they have jumped the shark, that they are not beloved and her hopes of running for president, reported hopes, are all but dashed. That's not happening. When South Park turns on you, there's no recovering. A royal insider on Good Morning Britain said, William, I'm sure, doesn't watch South Park, but I reckon one of his friends will have seen it on social media and sent a clip his way. I think he's probably seen it and will have a wry smile on his face when watching. Palace Intrigue, we'll be right back. Queen Camilla missed another engagement as she fights off her latest bout with COVID. She had been scheduled to visit the food distribution organization, the Felix Project. King Charles went solo. Well, solo plus security and entourage. Buckingham Palace shared via a statement, Her Majesty has made an excellent recovery from last week's illness. however, to allow for additional preparation ahead of Thursday's rescheduled literary reception and other commitments, Her Majesty did not attend today's Felix Project engagement. An Australian comedian claims he was threatened with arrest after trying to leave an event hosted by Meghan Markle. Comedian Joel Creasy told a story to a radio station. "I went to a morning tea to meet her for youth leaders aged under 30 and I just snuck in. I went along and she was 5 hours late. Since he was bored, he tried to leave, he told security. She's done a Madonna. I said, can I leave? I don't care about her that much. And security said, no, you can't leave, we'll arrest you. Turns out it's easier to leave the royal family than it is one of their events." And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalacintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your favorite shows. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott's Palace Intrigue. Good times.
Did you hear about the border collie who recycles trash when he's out on his walks? Or how about the bear that stole someone's Chick-fil-A, but good news, left the salad behind? Hi, I'm Johnny Mac, host of 5 Good News Stories. Don't worry, I have stories about humans too, like there's a woman who makes a living because she looks like Jim Carrey. It's my podcast. It's 5 Good News Stories. 5 Good News Stories, the number 5 Good News Stories, twice a week. 5 Good News Stories. Oh, and Shamrock Shakes are back too. Good news. 5 Good News Stories, wherever you get your shows.